This song is where it picks back up for me. Not
Agreed.
just because of Sky Zoo, but just in general. There's a really interesting, again, Kweli comes out with these interesting kind of little quotable lines. When you face immortality, you make space for the morality you erased to get paid a salary. Your soul is the one thing you should never sell because you can't buy an air conditioner in hell. And it's like, oh, okay.
Wow. He's talking to the, esoteric nature of the hip hop game. Boy, oh boy, I got time for that.
Yeah. But I mean, it took me a while to break that down. So this idea of when you face immortality, that actually, this idea that if you see yourself as being more than just a finite human being and more of there's something more beyond your kind of mortal life, then suddenly you start to actually make space for the things that you kind of gave up for the name of money and material wealth, because this stuff doesn't translate over. And this is coming from a very strictly, that these last two lines are probably much more of a kind of from a religious viewpoint, but it still carries over. The soul's one thing you should never sell. You can't buy an air conditioner in hell, regardless of there being a heaven or hell or not. If you, let's say, cross over to the other side, if there is one, regardless, you will have to most likely, even to yourself, account for these things, because you'd realize, shit, I am more than just my material kind of world or whatever, right? I'm more than that. And yeah, I gave up kind of my true essence for something I can't even bring with me here. Regardless of whether it's a Judgment Day style routine or it's just you in the void, just kind of thinking to yourself before you move on or whatever. I don't know what it is. It's something that, I guess, what's good about lyrics like this and putting it in that way is that it takes you to the extreme. So it takes you out of just your regular human worldview into, imagine you die and you move beyond that, right? So actually you're now just pure kind of soul or thought or whatever it is. And you realize that all the material things that you kind of sold yourself for, they just stay behind. You don't take it with you. You can't even touch it. Who are you now? You literally gave up on what you truly are in your essence for all that stuff. And it's something that we shouldn't wait for till the end of our lives to realize, regardless of whether you believe in it moving on or not. It's something you should take note of now, that, these material things are fleeting and will not give you the true happiness you really think. Whereas, when you face immortality, you make space for the morality you erase to get paid a salary. Like, that money will go, but the way you impact other people and the way your actions, which cause a chain reaction of other, consequences and whatever else, those will live with other people. Those will live with you forever. And you will have to get through that. Your mind is such a complex machine. Your subconscious will pick up all of it. And regardless if your conscious mind doesn't just thinks, money, this, need a bigger house, need a bigger this, don't care who I step over to get it. Your subconscious mind is probably picking up on all of it and thinking, I'm not actually happy with this. And at some point it's going to hit, if you don't deal with it, it's going to hit you. And so your soul is one thing you should never sell. You should never sell yourself for these things which will go away. You should not ground yourself to finite things in the world, such as money, which in itself is a weird concept to begin with. It's a piece of paper that represents gold somewhere else I don't even know where.